Hello, this is a Leshark and Friends
and Russell
and Russell podcast. And on today's show, hold on, I need to play this. There we go. Today, we are talking to one of the most calming people that we've ever met. Yoga guru Vasucha, the owner and senior instructor at Vasucha Yoga. Having been born in Phuket, Vasucha spent time studying in Bangkok and Australia, and now back in Phuket, Vasucha Yoga Studio will be opening very soon. But now you can have private lessons or check out one of her free sessions on YouTube. Vasucha is by far the most calming guest that has ever been on the pod. It's even made me all zen. Anyway, enjoy the show. We're recording. Who's nervous? I'm nervous a little bit.
Yeah.
Hello, welcome to the podcast.
Hello. Nice to meet you all.
Vasucha's here. Everyone say hello to, well, say everyone. Russell, say hello to Vasucha.
Hello, Vasucha. How you doing?
Hi, Russell. I'm good, thanks. How are you guys?
Thank you for joining us here on the Leshark and Friends and sometimes Russell podcast. Yeah, I'm not liking Russell today because let me just explain. So those of you who can't see us, because no one can see us because it's an audio podcast, Russell and I have been having a beard growing competition while this silly coronavirus thing's lockdown's going on, and we both got our hair cut yesterday at the lovely Kate's Hairdressers. As you can see, we both look beautiful. That's when yes. At last, we're winners. But we're hopefully going to shave off the beards later. But that's why I'm still itching a little bit with my beard. It's not very nice. So Vasucha, tell us, who are you?
My name is Vasucha, and sometimes I go by different names. So just nicknames. So sometimes people call me V because they can pronounce Vasucha, and and my mom, my family, my friends, like mostly Thai friends, they would go by the name Man. That's my Thai nickname. But all of them know me as Vasucha. And currently I'm teaching yoga. And so, yeah.
So, Vasucha, let's go back about 100 million years. You are Thai?
Yes, Thai. Born and raised in Phuket.
Okay. So, what's that, Russ?
I said another Phuketian, born and raised.
Yeah, no, we had Kun Beer was a Phuketian. Vasucha of V. I'm going to go with V because I'm going to get Vasucha completely wrong. If I may ask, and you shouldn't ask a woman this question, but I made a mistake last week of asking someone and I got it completely wrong. How old are you?
I just turned 31 in March.
Shut the front door.
Happy birthday.
It was quite a few months back, but yeah, thank you.
Slight delayed, but it doesn't matter. No one has to know.
30. Russell, you're very quiet, by the way. 31. You don't look 31. Oh my God! I mean, that's the Asian genes inside you, I guess. That's depending on which genes you've got inside you.
Yeah, and also maybe the yoga. I don't know.
There you go. Bring it back. A bit of plug-in for your yoga. So 31, born and raised in Phuket. Are you Thai or pure Thai?
I don't know what it means though, but I guess you asked that question. I think maybe because I don't have a dark skin tone. Is that what you're asking?
No, not really. I was just asking if both your parents were Thai.
Well, yes, they're both Thai, but I guess maybe from my dad's side, their ancestors were Chinese, so they travel all the way from China to Phuket, settle down, and have some families here. So, but I get asked quite a lot. Yes, but I guess that's very like it's a normal thing in Thai culture where we ask, are you Thai or Thai Chinese, or sometimes you're like Muslim Chinese, Muslim Thai. Yeah. I guess I'm Thai Chinese.
There you go. There's a long-winded answer to that question.
Yeah, but it's just like the next question they'll be, oh, can you speak Chinese? No, I just
Oh,
Thai Chinese, but I can't speak
Yeah,
Chinese.
none of us can.
don't worry. My 8-year-old had a Chinese lesson today. My God, it's a hard language to learn. So you were born here 31 years ago. I guess Phuket's changed a lot since you were growing up.
Oh yes, huge, a lot. Well, the thing is that I was born back in 1989, and I lived here till I was 15, and I moved to Bangkok at the age of 16. I lived there for 1 year, then I moved to Melbourne, Australia, and I just got back 3 years ago, back home to Phuket. So
And what were you doing in Melbourne?
I went there to study. Like my mom sent me out to study when I was 17, and I finished high school and also finished uni, and I decided that I want to stay a little longer. So yeah, so it's been a long journey. I lived there for 10 years. So
Wow.
Wow, okay. And what were you doing at university?
I did Bachelor of Arts in Media and Communications. So yeah, like to be honest, like I didn't know what I wanted to become. I just picked something that I thought I was interested in. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I think there's a fairly high percentage of people that go to university with that same mindset. I was the same. It's like, I have no idea what I want to do. I'll do that course. And equally, even people that go to university, the course that they do, what they tend to do afterwards, kind of, I think, unless you like being a doctor or a lawyer, I think a lot of people go off in a completely different tangent anyway.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, I respected like some friends, like they knew from the very beginning, from high school. Like I talked to them and they wanted to be dentists, and now they actually, spend the whole years to become a dentist. And she is a dentist now, doctors, lawyers, and engineering. So yeah.
And when you were living in Melbourne, were you doing yoga then?
Yes. I actually, well, it's like an on and off thing though. I tried yoga when I was 16, and that was Bikram hot yoga back then, back in Bangkok when they first just landed in Thailand. But it was like a casual thing, I didn't really that into it. I mean, I did it because of of the challenge. Like my sister challenged me that if I could stay in a hot heated room for the rest of the hour, and yeah, I tried that. And I went to Melbourne, and I didn't go back to start yoga again until, I don't know, a few years after. I guess it's about, I've been continuing doing yoga for now, I think 5 or 6 years. So back then, I don't know, you do the math, but I started that, and it was like started back with hot yoga. And then I tried different varieties of types of yogas. I tried vinyasa. I was really into physical at first, though. It was all about, I wanted to look good. I wanted to lose some weight. And then later on, it became more of a spiritual, working on the mind, to get back into myself and learning myself through my own journey, stuff like that.
Okay, help me out with a yoga question. And I think a lot of people have this question. There's a lot of different types of yoga. You mentioned the hot yoga and vinyasa, which I think if anyone knows a bit about yoga, that's probably the two they would go for. But there are different types. So what are the key differences? Because most people most idiots approach yoga as it's something you do to stretch. It's something you do to get a bit of core strength and balance. But if there's different types, what are they and what are the differences?
Well, to be honest, like the core of the yoga as we know it, it's very hatha yoga. It means that we focus on the postures or the asanas. So I mean, it's completely understandable for most people to know about yoga as being stretchy. You gotta have to be flexible to do yoga, or yoga is only for women sometimes. But dated back because yoga was born in India, right? And dated back, say 3,000 years or so ago, people who were like the yogis, they're all about, meditation, practicing on very spiritual sides. And and by meaning that the spiritual sides mean that they sitting down meditating for a long time. And of course, if you sit down for a day or days, your physical body get really tired, right? So that's when the yoga asana or the yoga postures came into the practice, where those yogis can take a little bit of break to stretching out and doing some physical activity so they can breathe and got themselves out and doing some stuff. So back to your question. So that that's how like all that developed into the postures and stuff, and it's become more like, say, hot yoga. Of course, hot yoga, you expect it to be hot in a heated room, say it's 40 degrees, 35 to 40 degrees. That still consisted of a structural postures. Vinyasa, still very physical, but it's a bit more, you're not staying in a hot room. You can practice in a normal room temperature. Still though it's a bit more challenging. Some people find it, some beginners find it a bit more challenging because it's consisting of a little bit of a plank and the up dog and down dog and all that. And we also have like restorative yoga, which is sometimes we also teach restorative yoga for older people, or for pregnancy yoga, because it's less of a physical. It's more about you relaxing with your supported pillows or in a very nurturing environment, and it's more about get your inner balance. About
I like
the
the sound of that one. You had me at pillows.
V, have you got any bells? Have you got wind chimes in your garden?
Yes, I do.
You could. I mean, this is the most spiritual podcast. I'm so relaxed. I've never been this chilled out on a podcast ever. There's you talking about this beautiful yoga and how it's all relaxing. You've got this very lovely voice taking us down this path and stream. And there's bells in the background. I'm loving it. Keep going. On the yoga side of things, because you did mention, and I've done aerial yoga and that's it. And I did that.
I've done hot yoga.
He's done hot. I say he. Russell's done hot yoga. So we're not yogis in any way, shape or form. And I don't have anything against. I mean, I must admit, when I first heard about yoga, I did have the mentality, it's stretching. That's all you're doing is stretching. And of course, over the years, that's changed to different varieties of yoga. Now, when you said you start off with more of a physical one and now it's more of the spiritual side of things.
Yes.
What I don't, so that you did it because you wanted a better, not a better body, because that's the wrong thing to say, but you wanted to tone up, and that was what you would do physically. But now spiritually, you do it because you can just get inside yourself. Is that what? Am I hearing that right, or am I completely wrong?
It's more about the focus of the mind sometimes, because like I guess I'm not just like everyone else, that we wanted to live in a happy life, right? And then sometimes like we have things that keep bugging to us, or we don't really find the core of what doesn't make us happy, because we always focus on like other things that it's like wrong, like a misfocus on what doesn't make you happy, or what doesn't actually serve your happiness. So it's always a miss and hits. So when you come back to really challenge yourself and look inside of what makes you happy and what doesn't make you happy, which yoga allows me to do that, like not just yoga, it's also about the practice of meditation. When you actually, it's like you're just, okay, say if you're sitting down, you close your eyes and you just observe what has been going through in your mind. Sometimes we have a fluctuations of thoughts, whether it be, thoughts that helping, some ideas, some complaints, blah, blah, blah. Keep like, woo! And that's us really in a not a very good shape, a very spiral moods. And that sometimes causes our unhappiness. And I found yoga when I was like, back in my teenage year. So it's quite a lot of things going on back in my teenage years when I was trying to fight through, trying to, find a balance, I guess. And yoga helped me grounded. I should say that, yeah. Like grounded me so when I feel unhappy, instead of me keep it to myself, I go to yoga, I let it out, I let my expression go, allow myself just to feel, express it. And through that community, you also find people who are, loving and supporting, and they understand you. They talk about emotions with a lot of places, they don't talk about emotion, they don't talk about struggles. And, like through supported communities, you actually found your supported crew that found that you're not alone in the world, and everyone suffered some kind of problems or, unhappiness. That's very, very normal.
Oh my God, this is like the best self-help podcast ever. This is brilliant. What was it? When did you get because obviously you grew up in Phuket, and we'll that's fine. But when did you in Australia? When did you kind of think, right? Do you know what? Yoga is where the path that I want to take. You were doing yoga obviously for the enjoyment, the health benefits, and the spiritual. But when did you say, right? Do you know what I'm going to do? Is I'm going to go and set up my own yoga studio. I'm going to become a teacher. When did that kind of light bulb moment happen?
Well, let's put it this way though. I never wanted to be a yoga teacher. It kind of like I enjoy doing yoga a lot, and there's like I did it for years, and I started with hot yoga, and then I found a few teachers, and they open up to like they really engaging me to go into that yoga teacher training. So I took the yoga teacher training where where I practice back in Melbourne. I completed there, and at that time, even after I completed the teacher training, I never wanted to be didn't want to teach. But I tried, okay, let's apply for a job. So there was like a job advertisement. I tried one job and I got it. And it was the teaching outdoor yoga thing, which I thought, it's something different. So I did that. I got the job, and then I apply for another job, and I got it again and again. And, see, kind of like unfolding itself. So I guess yoga kind of like inviting me to the path, and I accepted their invitation. So I followed through. And I guess how, like those sort of ideas came along when I decided I needed to come back home to Phuket because my sister passed away. My elder sister passed away, and back then, my mom, it was only me, my mom, and my two sisters. My dad also passed away when I was 14. So I thought, it's such a major thing. It's just a major life shocking, and I need to be here with my family. And as a young kid, I grew up seeing my mom and my dad, all they are business owners. They always busy. They're doing their own thing. They're always like very entrepreneurial spirit. And I guess I probably developed that from my parents. So yeah. So I combined that the love of yoga.
On a quick point in that. Sorry, you said your father passed away when you were 14?
Yes, my dad passed away when I was 14.
So you were still here in Phuket. You hadn't gone to Australia by then. So how? And I'm guessing it was just you that went to Australia. Your sisters were still here in Phuket.
My sister was still here until she was 16, and by the age of I think 15. She was here till 15, and 16, my mom sent her off to New Zealand. She also went to study abroad, finished her high school, and after high school, she went to Melbourne. So we met again in Melbourne.
Okay, which is great. But how was it in that early phase of all of a sudden, being a teenager is a rough time for everyone. And all of a sudden you've got your family here, you're rooted here, this is my base. And all of a sudden you're the one that's heading off to, and how was that? Did it affect your dynamic? Did you mind? Were you scared? Were you more like, yes, let's go and do it?
Yeah, of course. At the time when I was a kid, because I didn't think a lot. Like, I don't know what's outside of what out there, you know, what's I might face. And I never really imagined of it as a dangerous thing. Yes, I was scared that, you know, if I can live out there by my own, whether I'll be ever to adapt to the school, to the system, whether I'll be, you know, making friends. Yeah, all that kind of fear, of course. And also affected me during high school too, that I kind of like feel, but I didn't know what actually caused me those feelings. And I would like, I feel a lot. I was unhappy, but I didn't know what it was. So it was a tough year, but tough years, but I went through it all. So yeah, it was a really.
Sorry, V. Obviously, you went to school in Bangkok. How was your English at the time? Moving to Melbourne, were you speaking fluent English then?
I could understand some English, but I don't think that I could speak English as good as I can now.
Wow.
So it's awesome. It took years and practice too.
Holy crap.
And still, I don't have a perfect English, and even now I talk, and sometimes you can pick it up, you know, a few wrong grammarly words or sentences.
Yeah, no, don't worry, V. I've been 44 years trying to learn English and haven't learned anything.
No.
So you've decided to then, so after the Melbourne trip and you studied and you did your arts and culture, and obviously you got involved in, and we apologise that you had to grow up in Australia. That must have been very tough for you as a child. We feel your pain, both Russell and I, and we apologise as people not from Australia that it must have been so tough for you, and we're so pleased you're back and you survived.
I actually love Australia. I love Melbourne. I mean,
and that's the end of the podcast. Thank you very much for joining us. It was very lovely until you said that. No, tell us, so what was it about Australia that you liked? I've never been there, so I have no idea, so I shouldn't really say anything. What was it about Melbourne you were based? So what was it you liked about Australia?
Well, if you talk about Australia in general, I actually love like the dynamic of different cultures, different backgrounds, like different type of different food. I got to try different food, and it was like really amazing. Great coffee, great cafe culture, especially in Melbourne. You know, Melbourne and Sydney were like really, they did really best coffee there, and I still miss it. Waking up every morning, and I was like, oh, I want to go to, you know, down the street, get some great coffee. And it's also, if you have a chance to, like, you know, doing some road trips and travel to whether it be, you know, the Uluru, which is I love the most. Like I went there only once, but with my best friend, and had the best experiences. And you know,
and
even,
it's such a huge place. There's so many different places to go, so many different things to see, that you could spend an awful lot of time traveling around.
Different nationalities. Like, it's just all that varieties, you know. And it's amazing how you think that you're center of the problem, but actually, well, there's so many people. You can do a lot of things outside of the house, meeting different peoples.
You're so sweet, V. She's the nicest person I think we've ever had on this podcast. I'm tempted to apologise to Australia. I'm sorry, Australia. V's changed my mind.
Let's not go completely crazy. So V, tell us about your studio now. You've got your own studio teaching yoga here now?
Well, the plan was supposed to be opening this year. But because of about the coronavirus thing, so it has to be delayed. And unfortunately, I don't know when we will be open, you know, actually have like the grand openings dates. I don't have the date of opening yet. We'll just have to wait and see.
And where is it going to be?
It's going to be based in the south of Phuket, so in Shillong area.
Okay, cool.
So if that's not open, but people, if they want to learn, and I tell you what, if I've never wanted to do, well, I say never wanted to do yoga. I'm not a big meditation, spiritual fan, but just the way this podcast is going, Russ, I'm really up for this spiritual stuff right now. I'm really into it. I'm digging it. But you can still teach now. I guess you do private classes and etc. Things like that.
Yes, yes. I still teach. I just started YouTube channel just a few weeks ago. So you can, access those clips for free, and I'll keep more coming.
Okay.
And
We
until I
will-
said private classes.
What's the name of the YouTube channel? If you say it's Vasucha Yoga, then I'm gonna. Yeah,
Yoga.
there you go.
Yeah.
Well done, me. Okay, well we'll definitely look that out. Can I ask a question? Have you ever done yoga with goats?
No, never. I only done yoga with cats or dog, maybe.
Have you ever seen yoga with goats?
Yeah, sure. I would love to try that. I would love to try every type of yoga.
Honestly,
a lot of my friends have been asking me to teach beer yoga, and I'm like,
I think you should go and check it out. Go onto YouTube later and check out yoga with goats. It's amazing. I love a goat. So when you got back to Phuket, because you was away from Phuket or you went to Bangkok, then Melbourne, then you came back to. So you was away from Phuket for 10 years, or away from Thailand for 10 years.
Yes, but I went back, every year, almost every once a
But
year.
what was the main difference that you saw so when you left at a young age, what was the differences when you got back? What kind of, obviously Phuket in 10 years, I've lived here for 12 years and it's changed a lot. Russell's been here a lot longer because he's a lot older than me, as you can tell from his grey beard. What were the main kind of changes that you saw in Phuket, negative and positive, that kind of when you went away and came back again?
Oh, the roads, definitely the roads, and the business on the roads, and how dangerous it is. And there's definitely more people everywhere you go. It's just being like really crowded. And not to mention, I used to live in Patong. I grew up in Patong.
No,
and,
whoa! Let's stop. You grew up in Patong.
Yeah, back. But the dates are like way before everything got really crazy. But from my memory,
always been crazy.
Beautiful place, beautiful beach. There's still there's still some natural things existed on the sand, but at the moment it's crowded, and I don't think that anyone would be able to live peacefully in Patong anymore.
I tell you what, the beaches right now all around Phuket look fantastic.
Oh yes, definitely. It's
so listen, I'm so relaxed and chilled out. Honestly, I only get this when I'm having special herbs. Not that don't do special herbs, kids. Herbs is bad, apart from a little bit of paprika and stuff like that. We've got we're running out of time a little bit now. Russell, do you want to ask your question?
Sure. So, up to date with where you've been and what you traveled, you must have a slightly larger world view. So what sort of things have you got on your bucket list? Things that you'd like to do that you haven't yet done? Those big...
maybe skydiving. I always wanted to do skydiving, but I
haven't.
haven't.
There, cool.
Yeah, maybe to get I try free diving, but that was just like a fun free diving. Maybe I wanted to get myself, a proper lessons on the free diving. Yeah. So
when did you? Sorry, with the free diving, I quite like free diving. I mean, I guess that has that same, because underwater has that same kind of. I don't want to go back to spiritual feel, but
no, you don't have to mention that S word.
No. I try, because this is brilliant. But do you get that same feeling when you're free diving? Obviously, because all you can, you're at one with yourself. And is that why you enjoy it, or is it just you like swimming with the fishies, or is it a multitude of everything?
Oh, everything, and of course that you find that centerpiece of yourself under the water too, of course. But I don't know if I ever. If I go free diving, if I start free diving and I never had like yoga background, whether I'll find that connectedness between them of the piece in between, I don't know. But yeah, definitely. I mean, it's beautiful underwater too. And you get to learn a lot of yourself. I actually learned that I fear a lot underwater. And I found that there's a lot of things that I created in my own head, and it's not real. Underwater, I found it really, really clearly underwater. And yeah, it was a great opening. It was great experiences. Everyone should try that.
No, I agree. Actually free diving is something that I think is it looks amazing and very beautiful. What else? So you got skydiving. So you want to jump out of a perfectly good aeroplane for some strange reason. I don't know why. And I don't mind the free diving. Anything else on your list?
Anything else? I don't know. Just to get to travel more. I think to places that I've never been, or maybe I've been, but I wanted to experience again and again.
Yeah.
Where
Any particular place?
Sorry. Where have you been so far that you've liked?
Oh, a lot of places actually. I don't know. Maybe exploring somewhere in between. Sometimes in Europe, because I know a lot of people saying that Europe, but I've never really been to south of France or south of Italy. I only been to Rome and all that tourist attractions. But yeah, I would love to spend some more time, maybe doing some road trips on the coast or something like that.
Well, you're still young and you'll have lots of time to do it, especially when your studio does open and you completely destroy the island of all the yoga people go away and it's just you. What type of yoga will you be doing at your studio? You'll be doing all sorts.
Oh, I love vinyasa. So there will be some vinyasa styles. There will be some strong vinyasa class, some slow flow vinyasa. So slow flow vinyasa is really, great for beginners, for people who need to slow down. But it's also great for all levels. In some days you feel like you need to slow things down. And also some yin yoga is also perfect for if you love long stretching, long holds. Yin yoga is definitely.
Sorry, I have to. What did you say then? Long hose.
Long holds, like you hold. You hold a posture for 1 to 3 minutes. Sometimes with supported blocks or pillows, but sometimes you can just allow your body to just let the floor be your supporter.
So just lying down.
Yeah.
No, you have to do some kind of stretching, of course, if you know what I mean.
No, I just like to lie. I'm happy to lie down for 5 minutes. I'm good. I could do that. I reckon I'd be the best yogi ever if it's just lying down. I'm awesome.
With pillows.
And I haven't mentioned about pre and post natal yoga.
Oh, did you just look down at your notes? V, have you got notes in front of you?
Really?
No, I don't know. Have you got any? Okay, tell us about your prenatal yoga. Not that I need that anymore.
I was thinking that I wanted to do something for the women supportive community, in a very nurturing way, not when we go on the street and protest, but I mean, because I'm in my 30s, a lot of my friends are having kids, and sometimes like women going through phases where they don't have enough information before, during, and after pregnancy. So I think that's kind of this nurturing yoga practice would help them mentally, physically, and also emotionally as well. Being supported by other fellow mothers. So just to create a small community that's supporting each other. That's what I'm seeking to do. Yeah.
Nice.
Oh.
Cool.
That's nice. Russell, do you need any prenatal yoga in?
Not prenatal, to say yoga. No.
What about postnatal yoga in?
No, I don't need that, but I could definitely do with it. I quite enjoyed hot yoga when I did it. That was quite good fun.
What about yoga with dogs?
Yeah, absolutely.
Good one.
It's in the name, right? So,
well,
actually,
Russell,
you can read outdoor. Doing some dog activities with humans, and then do yoga, have some picnics outside. That would be awesome.
Yeah, you two should talk, because yoga. Russell's got a book.
Dreaming to do too, like yoga with dogs, cats.
excellent.
Listen, okay, well, I think that's a great idea. You two need to hook up. I need to take a quick screenshot of us before we head off. So, hold on. I've done that wrong. So, yeah, look pretty now, everybody. Are you ready?
Okay.
1, 2. Perfect. V, you have honestly, I don't think I've ever had the most relaxed, chilled out podcast I've ever done. I've had a stressful morning, and just you talking.
That really helped.
Honestly, you've totally relaxed just with you just talking with your passion and your attitude and everything. So thank you for that.
Thank you very much for joining us. It's been great.
Yeah, no, thank you for having us. And we look forward to coming down when your yoga studio is ready. But like I said, you go and check you out on YouTube. We'll put all the links in, and people can contact you and get some private yoga lessons.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you very much. You're amazing.
Thank you, B. Nice to meet you. Take care.
Nice to meet you. Bye-bye.
She was lovely.
You're interested, aren't you?
We're recording.
Stop. Restart.
No, because I'm going back to it. She was lovely. Am I interested? Of course, she's beautiful. She's what? One, she's a beautiful looking lady. I do know she does have a partner, but she's a beautiful looking lady. And she's fit as you like from a yoga point of view. And I honestly, I am so calm now. I don't even want to tell you I want to be rude to you. In fact, that's how calm I am now.
Yeah, let me see if I can fuck that up for you. No, she was very cool. She was very nice and very easy to talk to, very level, very, I think calm, is probably the right word actually, which was nice.
It calmed me down a lot. Crikey, I couldn't even, half the jokes I wanted to say, even your chat jokes that you sent to me were very naughty at one point, Russell. I do like our little private chats. It's a shame we can't say. Anyway, that was Vasucha Yoga. Make sure you check her out. Go to Vasucha Yoga on Facebook. Search YouTube channel or YouTube Vasucha Yoga. Go and check her out. She's a really cool chick. Honestly, she doesn't look 31. She's so relaxed and so calm and so lovely. I really, really liked her. She was lovely. She's a top chick. Well done, her. So we now just need to explain a couple of things. So this was the last podcast of well, no, it's the last bearded podcast, I believe, because I think we're recording this on Tuesday, let me just check the day, the 5th of May. Yesterday was...
Happy birthday, Munchkin.
Who's Munchkin?
A very good friend from school. It's her birthday today.
Does she listen?
Possibly. Probably.
Hi, Munchkin. Happy birthday. How old is
birthday?
No, it's not birthday. It's birthday.
She'll be the same age as me, so 36.
36. Wow, you look good for 36, Munchkin. I'd change your name, though. Where was I? No, it's just say this is the last day of the beard. So this afternoon, Russell and I are probably going to be shaving off our beards. We'll do a little video later if I get round to doing it. Go on, Russell.
Sure you want to, because you said last night that you were kind of getting used to it. And
no, I said to my daughter
that you were having melancholic thoughts about it. That was all.
I said to my daughter that this morning, when after the school lessons, I had to drop them off at their mother's house. And I was looking at my beard and thinking, do you know what? I quite like it. And I said to my daughter, I said, I think I might keep the beard. And she went, no. So that decision has been made for me. It's a bit like not being allowed a girlfriend at the moment. That decision's been made for me by my 8-year-old daughter. Brilliant. But no, so we are going to be shaving off our beards. So the screenshot on this one will be us bearded. But actually, by the time this comes out, you'll probably clean shaven again. And I will just be stubbled up, I guess,
Yeah, I haven't decided yet.
A big thank you to Kate Hairdressers, because both Russ and I went and got our haircuts at Kate Hairdressers. So that was very nice. If you need your haircut, go see Kate. She's lovely. Kate Hairdressers at katehairdressers.Phuket.com. I don't know what it is, to be fair. Right, Russell, that's it for this. Honestly, I am pretty calm. It's quite nice. I quite like it. She was lovely.
We need to get her on the podcast more often.
I think we should have a whole segment with her just coming on and I was just, lovely.
We should do an on-site podcast when she's got her studio open.
No, I think we should. And we'll go and do yoga while we're doing it, because I think that was always the idea, was to go to different people's places. I do like the idea of yoga at your studios, though, with doggies. I'm sure you should make that happen.
It's something I've actually thought about doing.
Well, now you've thought about it, and now you've got someone who can help you.
Correct. Yeah. I like how this works.
Hey, this podcast, after 32 episodes, we've finally come up with something. Well done us. Right, Russell, make sure you like us on Facebook, Jay the
I
Shark
have.
and Friends. Make sure
And
you
Russell.
like us on Instagram, Phuket Podcast, on Twitter, Phuket Podcast, and we're on YouTube channel as well. I think it's Phuket Podcast. We're there. Apart from that, Russell, thank you very much.
Thanks, Jay. Have you got an amazing afternoon lined up? Yay, that's great to hear. I'm glad you're nice and calm. Looking forward to your afternoon.
I'm all right with it, mate. I got a shit afternoon ahead, but after these relaxing dulcet tones telling me all about yoga and spiritualism, mate, I'm going to go and eat some lettuce. I'm going to go and sit there and go humbly, hum, hum, hum. I'm fucking chilled out, mate.
And all's going to be well.
Am I fuck? Right. I'll speak to you later, sir.
On that cheery note.